I bet you guys thought today's video would never happen, and that is because today I am installing the final Molle panel on the Tacoma. And that's a politician's promise. Yes, you guys know I love my Molle panels and I've installed just about every one I could get my hands on, but today, finally installing the final Molle panel. This is from ogfab. These go on the center console. They are available for second or third gen. Obviously, these are the ones for the second gen. I'll show you, I've already got one side, the driver's side install. I'll be installing this one, showing you guys the process in just a second. I'll go ahead and put ogfab's website down below. They've got tons of cool stuff, including these Molle panels, which as you can see, I've got the like Toyota T Trucks logo. I thought that looked pretty cool. They have a few others, like I think Batman, Superman. I want to say like the Spartan. Of course, you could probably just get this solid. I don't know if any of those other like logos, if you get them cut out right here, are like mirror images of each other, but that would obviously maybe affect placement for these on driver or passenger side. But tons of room on here for some useful things. I'll show you what I am going to store on mine in just a second. Install is very straightforward. There are 5 screws or bolts to install for each side, and it looks like, I don't know, like a 3/4 inch spacer that goes behind all of the holes right here just to hold it on the panel. Really the hardest part of the install is holding this in place to make your holes, because I tried taping it, but because of, at least on the second gens, like the curvature of the center console there where these go, sort of made it a pain to tape, so I just pressed it on, marked the holes, and went from there. I'll go ahead and show you the driver's side and then install the passenger side. Okay, now full disclosure, getting ready to show you the driver's side. I am short, so this is actually like the seating position where I keep my chair when I'm driving. If you're a taller guy, or if you have longer proportionate legs to your upper body, you're obviously going to be able to have access to more of the Molle panel, because as you can see, only really the front bulky part of it showing right there, but if you slide it back, there's like another 10 inches, and 10 inches can go a long ways.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
So here is the panel installed, blends in nicely, looks wicked, super functional, taking advantage of an otherwise like wasted space for storing little odds and ends, knickknacks, all that kind of fun stuff. Now that I look at it installed, I'm probably going to source like some black hardware just to make that blend in a little bit, because that's sort of an eyesore, but shouldn't be too difficult. And I have a little Molle pouch right here. I'll put a link for this down below. It's pretty cool. You can see a couple pen holders. I think it came with the American flag patch, and if I open it up here, I've got one of those like emergency window breaker flashlight. It's got screwdriver attachment tools and a utility knife right there. I'm going to go ahead and mount this. I guess I will determine where, like, how much is left over when I put my seat back to the normal position and loop this in. It's got a few straps right there on the bottom. Usually, if you're installing Molle panels, I recommend you install, if you know what you're going to install on the panel, go ahead and install it beforehand, because it's sort of a difficult getting the straps and Velcro and whatnot behind these grooves, but you've got plenty of space back there, so this should be relatively easy, which is why I just slap mine on, and I'll install all this stuff afterwards. So let me get this installed and show you guys what it looks like. And there's the Molle pouch installed, guys. Initially I put it up like on these, there's like, I don't know if you can see them, there's 2 grid openings right here. I ran the straps through there, but because this is sloped right here, it ended up putting this like sort of a tad askew, so I went ahead and dropped it down. It's right above where I have my WeatherTech floor mats right there, so that is perfect. And roughly, slide the seat forward. That is about where my driving position is, so still visible, still easy reach. Of course, I'm not running my booster seat right now. That's in the bed of the truck. I'm not going to show you that. Nobody wants to see that, but there it is. Love this thing already. Let's get to the passenger side. Okay guys, so here is the passenger side. I have my CB mounted. It is just drilled into the plastic over here, so I will be mounting this on the OG Molle panel when I get that in place. And I also have another receiver I hope is going to fit right here. It should, for another communication device I still have to do a video on, but it should fit right there. I might have to play with the angles, like get this one tilted so it's pointed straight up, because when someone, I mean, I rarely have passengers, but when they're riding in here, it's usually about like here, so I should have room to put that other thing right there without like affecting it knocking into people's legs and stuff. So let me get this out of the way and I'll get this thing marked up. And hopefully they're going to show up okay. I got my little shop light on, got all the holes marked. I slid this one just a little bit forward to give me a little room, since I know I have like 2 larger things I'm going to be mounting on here. Next step is just to drill out the holes through the plastic. This is maybe an 1/8 inch thick, so don't go too far. And the directions on the website say use an 1/8 inch drill bit. So I'll go ahead and get those drilled and move on to the next step. Literally just takes a second to get through there, barely pressing. Well, I was pressing sort of firm pressure, barely pressing the trigger on the drill so it wasn't going out of control. And then I sort of spin the blade in reverse to sort of get off all the little pieces of plastic you can see right there. Go ahead and finish all these up. All right, got all the holes drilled. I went ahead and I have a wire like just tucked up under here that is for the airbag for my aftermarket seat right here. If you guys have any wires or anything for other related projects sort of tucked away, just be mindful because this one was right here. I think it was probably the wire was sitting low enough that I wouldn't hit it with the drill, but I went and pulled it out just in case so I didn't mess any of that up. So I'll tuck that away in just a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and get the platform mounted now. For the next step, you are going to go ahead and drill in the bolts through the plastic you just drilled slowly just to sort of thread the inside of the plastic. I'm going to do that for all 5 holes. And again, you just do that to get the threads going on here so the screw or bolt has something to actually bite in. When you tighten it down, just go in about 1/4 inch, nice and slow, so it gets threaded, and go back out and repeat the step for the other holes. And as far as getting everything tightened down, it will go, you will slide the bolt through the top part of the Molle panel, put the spacer on the back right there, and of course snug it down in each of the holes. And when I tighten the Molle panel down on the other side, I found it easiest to start with the middle hole and get that one not all the way tight as far as you're going to tighten eventually when everything's fully installed, but just tight enough to hold it in there so you can then like get the spacer into place behind all the other ones with the bolt and then tighten those down in sequence. And there is the panel installed. Again, just tighten these down just enough to where it pulls tight and give each one like a little tug so you don't, I guess, destroy the threads you made in the plastic for all 5. Now, I hate to do it, but I am going to block the cool Toyota truck logo on this side with my CB right here. I'm going to have it, it was roughly mounted like diagonal, being parallel to the OEM plastic right here. I'm just going to get this bracket into place and drill little holes for the bracket for the CB hardware. Probably about, I guess I'm going to slide it a little back as my camera slides off the thing, because you can see one of the holes I drilled right there. Probably put some black paint on that just to cover it up, but I'll get that bracket into place and show you guys what it looks like. And there it is with the CB unit installed. Everything's nice and secure. Now I do have the other communication receiver to put right here, but I need to like run the wires because it's currently on the other side of the truck. I need to run the wires back. Don't feel like doing that today, but I will just update that in a future like mini mods video or something like that. So there it is. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, as always, thank you so much for supporting the channel by watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button, turn on bell notifications so you're notified every time I upload, and go ahead and comment below. Let me know what you think of the ogfab Molle panel and if you plan on getting one yourself. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you in the next video, which will not be a Molle panel install. Well, it might. We'll see.